jump right into this fingerstyle. So you're going to do this. So the way you do this is you put your 2 finger on fret 3 of the 2nd string, and then your 1st finger on fret 3 of the 6th string. And what we're going to do is 2 separate fingerstyle patterns. So the first one is your thumb on the 6th string, index on the 3rd, thumb on the 4th string, middle on the 2nd, like this. That's the first pattern. Then the next pattern is very similar. You're going to play the 4th string, then the 3rd string, then the 4th string, then the 2nd string. So the only difference is that first note, like this, which is thumb, index, thumb, middle. And you'll play the second pattern 3 times in a row, like this. 1, 2, 3. So when you put the first one in and then play the second one 3 times, it sounds like this. And that's how the fingerstyle works for the whole song. What's up everyone, Dr. Guitar here. In this video I'm doing a tutorial on the song Rubber Band Man by Mumford Sons with Hozier. I'll be covering the difficulty, each main section of the song, and at the end I have 3 helpful tips. Hey, if this video is helping you out, go ahead and shred that subscribe button. I give the overall difficulty of this song a 4.7 out of 10. If you take a look at the left hand, we have some pretty irregular shapes going on, but they're usually just 2 fingers, so it's really not too bad. But you got to do a little bit of muting in the left hand, which is kind of hard to do, and there's some stretches. There's a lot of standard chord shapes in this too, so for this reason I give it a 4 out of 10. The rhythm of this song is pretty straightforward because it's continuous 16th notes the whole time through, like 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... So the rhythm's not too bad, but it goes very fast. So I'm going to elevate the difficulty a little bit. So for this reason, I give it a 4 out of 10. The right hand in this song is the trickiest part because your thumb is going to get a workout. Your thumb is going to have a lot of accuracy jumping from the 6th string to the 4th string or the 5th string to the 4th string at very high speeds. And it's going to get fatigued as well. So for this reason, I give it a 6 out of 10. To determine the difficulty of each song, I have the left hand rhythm, right hand difficulties, and round out that average. Don't forget to slap a capo on fret 3. So this is a 4-bar repeating pattern, and we're going to go 1 chord at a time. So we just took a look at that G chord. Then you're going to move your first finger to fret 3 of the 5th string, and you'll do the same exact pattern. You'll do the 5th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string. So the only difference is that 5th string note, and then 3 of the 2nd pattern. If you want to be very accurate, they're muting these bass notes. So this first note, you would actually take your first finger off immediately, like this. Moving on, we're going to use our pinky on the 5th fret of the 5th string and do the same pattern as our C chord. So that's the first pattern once with the pinky, and then the next one 3 times in a row. 2, 3. So both of those together are like this. And then moving on from here, we're actually going to accelerate this bass line. So you're only going to do half the pattern. So you'll play the 5th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string, and then our second pattern, 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string. And you're going to play the 5th string open, and that's the second bass line here interjecting in the middle. And then you'll do the pattern, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string, and then 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd. So this walking bass line sounds like this. So when you put the entire verse together, it sounds like this: G chord shape, C chord, pinky fret 5, walking bass, 2, O, back home. And don't forget to shred that subscribe button. Moving on to the pre-chorus here, the fingerstyle is very similar to the verse, so let's take a look at it. You're going to move your index and middle up to the 1st and 2nd string, and then your thumb will still be alternating bass lines here. So you're going to go to a straight up C chord here. You don't need your 2 finger, but I like to put it there, why not? Good practice. So you're going to do the 5th string, index on the 2nd string, thumb on the 3rd, middle on the 1st. So that's the first part of the pattern, like this. And then the second part of the pattern, you're going to do the same type of thing, but on higher strings here. So thumb on the 3rd, index on the 2nd, thumb on the 3rd, middle on the 1st. And this is going to be the same way we executed earlier. You're going to do this pattern 3 times afterwards, like this. Now here on this C chord, you're actually going to extend this out for an extra half measure, so you'll do half of the pattern like this, in addition to this first one. So I'm going to put that first 1.5 measure together so you can hear what that sounds like on the C chord. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, second half, 1, 2. And that's how you do the C chord. And then you're going to go to a D chord and do the same pattern in the right hand, but on the 4th string here. So 4, 2, 3, 1. And then 3, 2, 3, 1. Like this. Then you're going to go to an E minor shape with your pinky on fret 3 of the 1st string. This is nice because you won't need anything else. You'll just need the 6th string open in this pinky. So you'll do the 6th string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 1st string. And then you'll do 3rd string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 1st string. And you'll do 3 of those there. So like this. 2, 3. And this is the same thing as that C chord. It's a measure and a half. So you add an extended one, so you do half of it. Add it on top. And then you're going to switch to a D chord here with a high voicing. So your pinky goes to fret 5 of the 1st string, your 2 finger on fret 3 of the 2nd string, and then your index on fret 2 of the 3rd string. And you'll do the same pattern you did for a D chord earlier. Like this. So when you put the pre-chorus together very slow, it sounds like this. C chord for 1.5. 4. Halfway. D chord half. E minor for 1.5. Halfway. High D chord. And don't forget to shred that subscribe button. Moving on to the chorus, it's the same type of chords as our verse here, except we're going to switch to a strumming pattern. So you're going to put a G chord together with your pinky on fret 3 of the 2nd string and then your 3rd finger on fret 3 of the 6th string. And you're going to kind of fold your fingers over a little bit to mute the 5th string. It's a nice touch. You don't have to do it, but it's a nice touch. So the strumming pattern is bass note on the low end, and you can strum kind of liberally. Just hit the bottom 3 strings. Try to hit 1 would be nice, but if you hit more, it's okay. And then you'll do down, and then down on the higher string, so in the middle strings, and then you'll do up, down, up, like this. So that's one pattern. You're going to do 2 patterns per chord, like this. Then from here, we're going to go to a C chord shape, and you can leave your pinky down if you want, and we'll do the same type of strumming pattern, except you'll hit the 5th string bass this time. Here, you're going to slide this chord shape up 2 frets. So it's just a C chord up 2 frets, which is fret 5, 4, and 3. And this is nice. You won't use your 2 finger at all. So this is the same strumming pattern here. Bass, 5th string, down, up, bass, down, up. And here we're going to do that walking bass line a little faster here. So you do half the pattern and then half the pattern. So 2 finger on fret 2 of the 5th string and then your pinky on fret 3 of the 2nd string. And you'll do the pattern down, down, up, down, up. And now we'll switch. You'll play the 5th string open, down, up, and that brings us back home. So when you put it all together, it sounds like this. Here's a G chord, C chord, slide up for our D chord, walking bass, back home. Moving on to the bridge, these are our high fingerstyle pattern shapes here. So you're going to do a D chord for 2 measures, like this. 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to go to a C chord for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go to a G chord, and you'll have to switch to the inner strings here, index on the 3rd, middle on the 2nd, and thumb on the 6th string, and you'll do this for 2 as well. Again. So then that all is going to repeat. You go back to D chord, back to C, back to G, except this ending is a little different. So if you take a look at the ending, the G chord here, we're going to do the same pattern as normal, but halfway through you're going to switch to a D chord shape, and then back to a G chord for 2 beats, 1 E and a 2 E and a. And and they cut it short, so it ends right there. So when you put the whole bridge together, it sounds like this: D chord, 2 of them, C chord, 2 of them, to a G chord on the inside, and 2 of them. Then it's going to repeat back to D, D again, C chord, 2 of them, and now here's our different ending. D chord, back to G for 2. And that's where it ends, and then it would go right into the next part. And don't forget to shred that subscribe button. The first tip I have for this song is to take the left hand out of the equation and just do the right hand fingerstyle pattern. So that's the 6th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string. That's the first part. And then the second part is 4th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string. And you do part 2 3 times in a row. So when you put that together, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. You should get better at this. Open strings, it's really nice. You don't have to worry about the left hand or anything, no choreography, and then you can put this together. So when you feel really good with that, add in the left hand and you'll see it's really nice. The second tip I have is to practice right hand technique from the classical guitar world. In the classical guitar world, we have this thing called the 120 right hand studies written by Mauro Giuliani like 200 years ago. He mapped out everything you need to know for the right hand, and it's really going to help you with songs like this. I recommend checking those out on my Patreon right over here. The third tip I have is to practice this song without the right hand now. So take the finger picking out and just strum each chord as if you're going to play it with the fingerstyle. And that's going to help you get this left hand down a little bit. And when you get comfortable using your left hand in this way, and you're making the chord changes correct, then you can try and add in the fingerstyle later, and that's going to help you as well. If you've made it this far, you're on your way to becoming a shredder, and I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. Go to my Patreon. Help me out. All this stuff helps me keep these tutorials going. Thank you very much. I'm also doing a new series on this channel where you can send in your videos of you playing, and I'm going to critique them and then post it on the internet so people can see and learn on a doctor of music's perspective. All right, thanks for watching.